B'Shem Hashem Na'aseh V'Natzeach, I dedicate this Dvar Torah for the refuah shalem of my father Shlomo Chaim Ben Pari. Please continue praying for him, and may God give speedy recovery to all the sick people amongst the nation of Israel. This week's Parsha is Teruma, the construction of the holy tabernacle in the temple. And God tells us, V'asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. Make for me a holy sanctuary so I can dwell amongst them. So the question is, according to Hebrew grammar, it should be make for me a holy sanctuary so I could dwell in it. Betocho. Why does it say betocham, amongst them? So here the ZOHAR and all the great commentators say that the temple you see behind me is only a symbol. It's a vehicle. God says, make for me a temple where you will come once in a while to serve God, but ultimately God wants to dwell in the heart and mind of every Jew. Now, Rav OVADIA YOSEF, I saw such a beautiful idea. He says, how do we bring God's presence, God's light, God's energy into our homes? There's a very special commandment. The commandment of Taharat HaMishpacha. When a woman has her period, she has to wait and 7 days of cleanliness, then go to the mikveh after a full week of her being clean. And Rav OVADIA says such a beautiful idea. He says when there's purity in the home, then that purity will lead to the holiness, and the home will be full of blessing. Because when God's presence is with us, there is so much different types of blessing that comes inside our home. If God forbid people don't keep the laws of family purity for the woman to go to the special mikveh, then God forbid, heaven forbid, there's going to be the fire of animosity and machloket and strife. So if we want holy children, a blessed house, we know the backbone of every Jewish home is 4 things. Jewish education, sending our children to Jewish school, which is symbolized in the cherubim. The Holy of Holies, the ark had 2 children on top. Keeping kosher, which also brings holiness. Keeping Shabbat. And keeping Taharat HaMishpacha, for the woman to go to the waters of the mikveh. And these commandments really, I remember many years ago when I first became observant, my family, one of our cousins came over and she said, it's palpable, the holiness. Because make no mistake, these commandments that we keep, it creates a very special energy in our homes. And when we keep these commandments of Shabbat and family purity and mikveh, it causes the light of God to shine upon us. And I want to make another very important idea that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai brings from the Zohar. It says a husband and wife that love each other and forgive each other and have patience, any home that there's no anger, they don't throw things at each other, they don't curse at each other, husband and wife are always willing to sacrifice and be humble and be patient with each other, and there's no anger in that home is also where God wants to bring His presence and be amongst such a family. So may Hashem help all of us to... They once asked the great Rebbe, he said, where is God? He said, wherever you don't chase Him away, He'll be there to bless you. So by keeping these laws of family purity, mikveh, of not getting angry, not being nasty to each other, being humble and loving to one another, may God make our hearts, minds, and ultimately every home in the Jewish nation a sanctuary for the holy presence of God. Amen. Don't forget to subscribe and have a